Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Funday, and the Megan is back. Yay, the pretty lady has returned. Yeah, sorry. Like I said last week, there was a whole bunch
Medusa's
of...
returned.
Medusa ain't here. Or that'd be my ex anyway, so... I got her with that one. But yeah, Megan is here to actually talk about the movie we saw this week. And so I talk about it. And as you can all guess, and as we've all talked about, it is Don't Let It Go.
Jack, tell me what's going on. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna let that happen.
Or, it could be that Queen song, Don't Stop Me Now. Now, since you were not able to hear Megan's point of views on Ready or Not, which, I'm saying your point or how you felt was very strangely similar to mine.
Yeah, I very much agree. It was good, but not great.
Yeah. So, well, why don't you lead us off with your thoughts on Don't Let Go and say what you thought about this film? And how you think this might be in the pantheon of great movies. Being goofy, y'all.
Bing.
So what'd you think of Don't Let Go?
I can let it go. Problem is, it's like Ready or Not. It was a good movie, just not great.
I will disagree, actually.
I know you enjoyed it slightly more than I did.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it actually a decent amount better than you did. Don't Let Go is not a movie I would say it's for everybody. I will straight up admit that. There is certain parts of the movie that feel a little... What's the best way to put this?
Slow?
There's slow bits. There's also parts of the dialogue that is a little...
Stilton.
Yeah, it's the best way to kind of describe it. There is exposition constantly given in dialogue, and yes, I understand that exposition does have to be given, but it's stuff that feels a little less natural to how somebody would say certain things.
Yeah, the talent of any writer is to write dialogue that not only tells...
what's going on, but...
Yeah, it tells readers or viewers what they need to know, while also kind of coming off as just a natural conversation.
Yeah, and there's sometimes that, to me, I do admit, there's issues where that's not quite as natural as a human would talk. And in fact, there's some... The best way to put it about, or think about it, is you sometimes have to make leaps of logic with the movie. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, maybe it's because I've been worn down by all just the really, really piss poor movies lately, or the movies that have just been okay at best, and having just not a whole lot of really great, and also really, really not looking forward to next month at all, except for maybe one movie.
Well, technically this month.
Yeah, of course we're recording this on Sunday. Haha. It's a true Sunday fun day. But yeah, we will talk more about September when we get to it towards the end, when we talk about what we're going to see. Yeah, it's going to be a rough month. It's put y'all that way. But, I don't know, maybe it's because of that. Maybe I was willing to accept a lot more of, for lack of a better way to put it, some more logical fallacies that this movie made that probably would be more annoying to me in other movies. I just was able to forgive it for a lot more. I enjoyed it. Maybe because also I saw this as a two-actor kind of led film. You have, sorry I'm going to butcher his last name, David Oyelowo. Sorry, I'm very sorry, sir. He's the lead character's name is Jack. Uncle Jack.
Mm-hmm. He's a cop.
Yeah. Those who want a quick synopsis of this movie, Jack, David Oyelowo, sorry, I'm very sorry for butchering your name, sir.
Yeah, his brother, sister-in-law, and
his niece Ashley.
Yeah, they all get killed, and it's staged to look like a murder-suicide. Double murder-suicide.
Yeah.
But then, as you've maybe seen the trailers, for those that have actually caught the trailers, uh, he gets a call from Ashley after she's dead, from like 2 weeks in the past. From
Yeah.
like a few days before, like, they all get killed, and he's like trying to piece together what happened, who did it, and kind of prevent this all from happening. It's been like a deja vu from, like, with Denzel Washington.
Yeah, those who have never seen Deja Vu, go watch it. It's a fantastic movie. I really love Deja Vu. Or another thing I still think it kind of still holds the comparison is this in a Wake, the show that came on hell, I think it was nearly 10 years ago now, with
Jason Isaacs.
Yeah, Jason Isaacs. Those who want to know a quick synopsis of that show, Jason Isaacs is involved in a car crash
With his wife and son.
Yeah, and he wakes up, and I want to say the first time he wakes up, his wife is dead, and he's devastated, of course, like any human being would be. Then he goes to bed that night, wakes up, and his son is dead, but his wife is still alive, and he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, he kind of goes back and forth between these two different worlds where his son's alive, but his wife is dead, and another world where his
Son is dead and wife is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's not a perfect comparison, but I like stories that
I will say it had a unique premise, and I enjoyed it, and then, of course, it got canceled after one season, because
it was weird.
I was like, probably nobody got it. Nobody, like, what's the understanding? He keeps going back and forth. It's like...
To be fair, it's like they tried to start kind of explaining how it worked, and it started to make my brain hurt. I was like, oh, stop. You're going to quantum physics. Oh, trust me, quantum physics is not my strong suit. I really enjoyed Awake. It's one of my favorite television shows that have come out in the past, like, 20 or so years.
And he doesn't watch a whole lot of TV.
Yeah.
He's picky.
Well, it's just, you have either moronic comedies that are written for the lowest common denominator. Anything by Chuck Lorre is pretty much can be thrown into that. Or you have, oh, we're going to reboot your favorite comedies that were dead whenever they originally came out. Thanks. Or you have just all these fucking procedural shows that just waste my goddamn time.
Or reality shows.
Reality shows I don't even really lump in that because they just seem to come and go as quickly as anybody who's just trying to fuck a $4 prostitute. But back to actually talking about the reason why I fairly enjoyed this movie. One, the premise is interesting, and I will straight up say this much: they don't explain why he's able to do this or what's exactly happening, but that doesn't bother me. If they begin to explain it, it's similar to like explain a zombie apocalypse. Just letting something be is okay. It's okay to have this sort of supernatural-ish kind of thing happening.
I would say it bothered me a little bit, but I do understand. It's like, just kind of suspend your disbelief, sit back, and, focus on the mystery at hand.
Yeah. I can do that. Hell, I was able to do that with Mortal Engines. Mortal Engines, I had to forgive a lot. I really love that movie, and it's a piece of crap, I'm pretty sure, if you look into it deep. But with this, first off, like I said, there's two main actors here. You have Jack, David Oyelowo, sorry, I'm going to butcher your name, sir. And then you also have Ashley. Young girl, her name is Storm Reed. I don't even think it's Stormy. I think it's literally Storm Reed. Yeah, Storm Reed. Because her parents forgot why. Both of them are very easily fantastic in their entire roles. There is some weird things that they sometimes tend to go with. And again, that's part of the issues I have with the movie. Like, Ashley sometimes gets a little mad at Jack because he's not as forthcoming as he probably should be. But to be fair, it's one of those that, well, just kind of listen to him a little bit instead of losing your cool. But to be fair, it's a teenager, so I'm willing to forgive a little bit there. Like, she gets mad at him. It's like, oh, you're not telling me much or anything. Why are you saying this?
It's like, what's going on? It's like, why did you tell me to do that?
Yeah, but eventually he does break down. Of course, they show that in the trailers. It's like, okay, that's actually kind of a bit of a spoiler.
Yeah, it's not until, like, near the end of the movie.
Yeah, it lasts 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But, and realistically, this is all about trying to figure out who is it that went and killed her and her parents. Jack's brother and his sister-in-law.
Yeah, they can kind of figure it out
Fairly quickly on.
I would say by the start of the film.
Yeah, there's some little things that's not as subtle as it probably would hope it was. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, at least it's not one of those, like, instantly I was like, okay, I know it's this person, or I know this is what's happening. And it was one of those, like, I think that might be the thing, and even then there's a little bit of red herrings here and there.
Yeah, we're kind of like, okay, it's either it's one person or it's one person, or maybe both of them kind of working together.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can kind of see it coming out. I was like, yeah, it's kind of been done before, I think.
Yeah, there's other movies sort of like it. Well, at least in terms of, like, where you can guess the mystery. Not so much of this premise. This premise is fairly unique.
like, who it turned out to be.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning too.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's kind of original. But I didn't mind that as much, I will say.
Yeah, it's either they have it be somebody who's been in the movie throughout a decent chunk of it, or it's just this random person. And always when it's a rando, it feels a little hollow, is a nice way to put it.
Yeah, it's like out of left field. It's like, okay, this ending, like this whole, like, how y'all came about solving this and, like, all this time and effort you put into this, it didn't really feel like it paid off.
What you mean, in how you felt with it?
No, I'm talking about, like, when it's a random person.
Yeah, very much. But I will say, with the ending, not to try and spoil it, just to let you know, I don't want to spoil it.
As much I didn't enjoy as much as him, like, I will still try to not spoil it.
Not like with me with Pacific Rim Uprising. I was pissed off. Like, I really did not realize how much I hated that movie coming out of the theaters. Like, that wasn't terrible. And then, like I said, like, just a quick little behind the scenes. Y'all probably notice these videos are not very much in the way of editing. Like, now I splice in the trailers, shit like that. But the moment where you see me kind of sit there and just stare at my ground, that is when it clicked in my head. Literally, I was like, I fucking hated Pacific Rim Uprising. I was like, there was very little to nothing I liked about that movie. I was so surprised. I was like, it's not as good as the first one. I was like, well, it's nowhere near as good as the first one. Hell, it's not even as good as the worst Godzilla movie, and that's saying a lot. And then my brain was like, uh-oh. But, yeah, with this, like I said, first off, the mystery does feel genuine, even though it is a little slow. There are some parts where I'm like, alright, come on, let's get it on. But I will say, at least when it gets into the whole, pretty much the investigation of what's going on, and that's where it comes across its weird logical fallacies. Like, they kind of allow David, or Jack, sorry, I want to call him by his actual actor's name.
They allow him a lot of leeway, just walk into the police station, just...
Yeah, and like, alright, we're just going to let him go. Who cares?
Pull a gun on the evidence guy's like, okay, just let me in there. I need to get in there and see something.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's like, and yet he's not arrested on the spot.
Yeah.
Or there's not more emphasis on the fact that he's injured, and it's like, okay, we gotta take you to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's, like I said, that's kind of the weird logical fallacies that kind of the movie has to have within it, so that way it can work. But I'm willing to let them slide here. Maybe it's just because the leads are just so good. Because nobody can say that David Oye or Storm Reed that they did not give it their all. There's a lot they have to say with just pure expressions, and there's sometimes where it's just there's no dialogue. So again,
sometimes like it's just their expressions while they're not even in the same room together, like acting off each other. Just like they're
on a phone.
Yeah, they're on the phone like in two different times.
Yeah, and it's amazing just how well they're able to pull off stuff like that. The main bad guy is a little hammy.
Yeah.
He's a little over the top, but I think I kind of understand. There's hints that he's very... He doesn't want to do it in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they kind of mentioned like he's part of this organization.
Yeah.
Actually, and pretty much they send him to do their dirty work.
Yeah, pretty much to make sure he's loyal, and he truly is a loyal person.
Loyal little lapdog.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I guess these two leads just, Ashley and Jack, they're enough that they kept me vested in the movie. I wanted good to happen by the end. And I'll say as much, you're not going to be able to guess what's going to exactly happen at the end. It kind of keeps futzing with things in weird ways. Maybe if I looked into this a lot deeper, it might not make sense. But again, if you look probably really deep into Avengers Endgame's time travel, it probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. But you know what? I was more than willing to sit back and enjoy that ride until it, decided to grab my heart and tear it to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But
the sounds I made during that movie were not human.
Yeah. Well, they were about the same sounds you made during Dumbo.
No, Endgame was worse.
Yeah, I can't help it. I really enjoyed this flick. It's not for everybody. You have to, one, be willing to suspend your disbelief in certain things. And there's also, you have to go into this with a super open mind. I know some people could quickly try and say, well, why didn't I go into, Fast and the Furious, Calvin and Hobbes with, open mind, or...
Still calling it that, huh?
It's going to be Calvin and Hobbes. It is
until
on
the end
YouTube.
Of time.
On YouTube, it says Calvin and Hobbes right now if you go on there.
And our review of it?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to have to hack your YouTube account and it's like, okay, change that.
Hack it. You just need to grab my cell phone. But yeah, I know some people could ask, why can't I suspend my disbelief with those movies? Those movies don't have as charismatic actors. Yeah, sure, Jason Statham is cool, but that's just the thing. It's just two guys being cool and showing off how cool they are. Here, I have two actors, right? Or two characters I really don't want to see anything bad happen to. Like
this one's been more grounded in reality, which is...
saying something.
Which is why I had a little bit of trouble kind of suspending my disbelief a little bit.
Yeah, and that's actually an understandable thing. Like, somebody who says, like, oh, well, because it was set, very realistic and this, that I couldn't quite believe the, the sort of pseudo time travel kind of stuff that's happening.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't mind that aspect. That was kind of unique. It was like, I would have preferred some kind of explanation. Yeah. If it was going to be so grounded in reality.
Yeah, and that's actually a fair criticism. I don't deride anybody who has that feeling. I'm like, I totally understand that. I can't help it. Whenever a movie comes in with at least an interesting premise, I find it hard to completely shit all over it. Especially whenever, like I said, there's just great actors throughout the entire thing. Even the main bad guy, as hammy as he is, he feels like he's probably in a totally different movie. But in the same instance, there's some things where I can see some interesting nuances. There is something there. There's a lot that you can enjoy. If you're willing to suspend your disbelief, you're probably going to fairly enjoy this movie. If you're not, I don't think you're going to hate it, but you're going to be a little apoplectic at best, I think. Sorry, I seem to be going a little poetic almost with my wording. I need to start farting that way and just kill any mood of anybody thinking I'm actually smart. Or I'll just keep fucking up people's names. It's not hard. So, more you want to say about Don't Let Go?
I will say that, yeah, the actors were terrific. And it's like you did feel this, like, uncle and niece, like, almost like father and daughter type of bond between them.
Yeah.
So, good job, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I'll give you kudos for that.
Yeah. That's...
Like I said, it wasn't a bad movie. By any means. It just... And there were some parts that were kind of dragged. Especially towards the end, it's like, okay, we all know by this point, as this one person, it's like, please quit dragging it out.
Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of like the little cat and mouse stuff that was kind of going on. Again, I like these weird kind of movies. I like Videodrome, for crying out loud, y'all. Videodrome, I don't think I still understand what the fuck's happening in it.
What little bit I've seen, I have no idea what's going on. Like, what? Did someone, like, slip me some acid? Like, what the hell?
That's when you watch the beginning of the movie.
Bad enough I've seen the end. With the...
And that gun hand.
Yeah, and the, like, the video hand. Like, what? 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 Like I said, someone slip me some acid?
So, what would you give this as a final score?
That's not great, but not bad. I would say it's 7. I was like kind of leaning towards like a 6 or 6.5 thing. Yeah, more talking about like, okay, it's actually not as bad. I was like, yeah, I give it a 7.
Yeah, I would actually also be willing to give it a pretty high little score here. But to be fair, again, I'm kind of high on this movie. Like I said, it's not for everybody, and I fully admit that. In my book, it's probably going to be a 9. Megan's always like, that's really fucking high. And yes, like I said, my scores really seem arbitrary and they're not. It's just that what I enjoyed about the movie so heavily outweighed what little I did not like about the movie or any problems I had, to where I was able to fully immerse myself in this world. And I would be willing to go get this on DVD, Blu-ray, and all that, and figure out, it's like, hey, is there more extras there? Maybe kind of expand certain things. I almost wouldn't mind pretty much more movies set in this type of a world, kind of exploring more about this. Especially since I think there is supposed to be a spiritual connection here and there. If not, maybe it's more of a scientifical sci-fi kind of one. I'm interested at least enough that I'd be willing to explore more of this. It doesn't have to be the same characters. Even though they're great, their story, let's just put it this way, it gets finished. I mean, we don't...
Yeah, it's just like, done.
Yeah, that's the other thing I will actually say that is a bit of a negative in my eyes, and it actually kind of hurts the movie. It just ends. Like, it's done. No aftermath, nothing. Just...
Yeah, it finishes, and then just...
Yeah, it's like, well, that was rough. Just... Gong.
I was like, okay, audience, GTFO.
Yeah. It's like, alright, get shit and get out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, alright.
Yeah, that's what everybody did.
Yeah, it almost feels like a video game in that instance.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, here we go, it's in, now go.
And everyone's like, okay, it's done, everything's wrapped up. Nothing more need to be said or done. And boom, black credits. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like I said, if you're interested and the premise sounds interesting to y'all, go check it out. If you are a little on the fence, I'd say, wait till it's on Netflix or you go to rent it somewhere. I don't think you're going to absolutely love the movie, but I think you'll feel a little bit better than going to see it in theaters, because it's not really something you have to see in theaters unless it's just really that interesting like this was to me.
Yeah, I will say it was an interesting premise.
Yeah, it's a damn interesting premise. I want movies that are more willing to have weird premises, especially still somewhat grounded in reality.
Yeah, it sounded like somewhat original, but at the same time it sounded a bit like Deja Vu.
Those who have never seen Deja Vu, y'all need to go see it. A fantastic Denzel Washington film with pre-super chubby Val Kilmer, too.
Oh, yeah, he's one of the geeky guys.
He's the head of their little group.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the one like, no, that's Jim Caviezel, you goofball.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and also you get evil Jim Caviezel. And then, like, evil Jesus out of nowhere.
Also, you get Jesus and Malcolm X in one scene.
Yeah. So, we need to talk about September coming up.
I mean, already here?
Yeah. So, here's the truth of the matter. There's actually a lot of not really great movies that are coming out in September. So, we are going to see some of the big ones.
Gonna try to.
Yeah, but don't be surprised if instead we might substitute for like a Netflix or a Hulu film instead.
Yeah.
We will try to maybe give you 2 of them just to make up for it. It's not because we want to be lazy and save money, like that's that big of a deal, but it's just there are some movies that are coming out we don't care about. Like, they don't look like they're going to be the worst thing ever, but they don't look like they're going to inspire any kind of interestingness to us. So we're just like, fuck.
Yeah, I think the last week of September, there's a couple movies coming out. It's like, well, don't want to see this, but I don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't want to see this either. It's like, choices. Ugh.
Yeah. So, of course, we're going to talk about next week. We're going to see it, Chapter 2, and I cannot tell you how much I do not care. If y'all could not...
At least it'll be done. That much we can say.
Do not give them ideas to make it Chapter 3. Or Turtle 2. Or something like that, and just explore more of the other guy.
The celestial turtle that seems they're going to be leaving out.
Yeah, because I want to try and make Pennywise an actual, like, human, clown, ghost, poltergeist thing.
Yeah, from the scenes of it, like trying to give him an origin.
I don't know.
Other than what was in the book. Not that I read the book, I just...
Well, we know from the book.
Yeah, no, of it.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to see that nearly 3-hour mess.
Why? Why is it 3 freaking hours?
And, yeah, it seems weird that we're pissing about it. It's like, well, Avengers was 3 hours and 3 minutes. Yeah, but Avengers
was
never...
good.
Yeah, not only that, but it never felt its length.
Yeah.
Fucking the first It felt every minute. And it was like a 2-hour and 15-minute long movie. Like, it's a long movie.
Yeah, where it's like...
Like, there were points of It, and I'm like, is it almost done? What time is it? And it was like, oh. Though I did...
that in theaters.
It was still funny as hell, the beginning of that movie, a kid run headfirst in that police barricade. That was the funniest damn noise ever. Clunk! And everybody in the theater got to hear me laughing loud about that.
I think there were a few other people that were laughing.
Mm-hmm. So the week after is probably going to be Hustlers, because I don't want to see the Goldfinch. I have no shits to give about it. But I also have no shits to give about the Hustlers. And I know Megan's like me.
I was like, eh.
It's going to be full of Cardi B and Jennifer Lopez music, so it's going to be...
Like, I'd rather see Hustlers. That looks at least more interesting than the Goldfinch, because I don't give 2 shits about this drama, thriller, or whatever, about some painting. Like, I don't fucking care.
The kid stole the painting because his mother got killed, and they're trying to hunt him down to get the painting. All it is. I'm ruining the movie for y'all. I have not read anything actually about the synopsis beyond seeing the thing. I'm like, I know exactly what's happening. And I don't care. Mm-hmm. We might make that a Netflix Hulu weekend. Because I just don't want to see Hustlers. It's going to be bad. I really do not have a large amount of patience for Cardi B. And I know she's only technically like part of the movie, but I know her music is a lot in it, and I really don't like her music. She is Nicki Minaj, slightly smarter. She has 2 more brain cells than Nicki Minaj. Congrats. The week after is the only movie I think we're somewhat looking forward to. We're going to go see Rambo. We're going to see Rambo Last Blood. It's not like... And that's the other bad thing with this... I like the Rambo franchise, but that's about it. I like them. I'm not like, oh, I want the next Rambo movie. I think it's going to be good. I'm not prepared to be blown away. If it blows me away, cool. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be surprised. And I think...
be like totally let down.
Yeah, but I won't be.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the first one.
I'll try to show you some of the other ones before then.
Yeah, hopefully we can cram those in there.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and just, like I said, it's the biggest movie, like, we're like, It's either there go see Ad Astra, and I do not want to go see Ad Astra. I don't know what the hell's going on in that trailer, and I don't know, and I don't care.
I would say looks all kinds of boring.
Yeah, watching anything, it's more like Annihilation, which means I'll love it. So, the end of the month is either going to be Judy, about the Judy Garland, or Abominable.
Not her whole life, just a certain part of her life.
Yeah. Or it's going to be Abominable, which I cannot tell you I don't want to see either one of those two. Abominable looks fairly cheaply made out of CGI animated films. And Judy, okay, I'm not the biggest Judy Garland fan, and on top of everything, it's again another PG-13 drug movie. What the hell, guys? Did we not learn Bohemian Rhapsody? If you can't really show your characters doing the drugs or anything like that, why make it PG-13? Just make it R. This is going for an award anyway. That's all it's going for. It's like, hey, we won an Oscar. Just fucking just go R. They don't care what your rating is at that point.
I think it's more so they can market it to the old ladies.
But old ladies will watch rated R movies. It's not like they get carded.
Well, there are a lot of old ladies that are very old-fashioned, that don't much care for a lot of, like, sex and drugs and swearing and just very prudish.
But it's Judy fucking Garland, a lady well known for ODing. It's like if you made a Marilyn Monroe film and decided to not include, you made a big deal about, her drug habits, and that's what your whole advertisement's based on. That's what the advertisement for his movie talks about constantly, but you make it a G. It's like, she pretty much got herself so high off of something and drowned.
Barbiturates,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, same shit, speed, shit like that. But yeah, it's bothering me so much that we keep having all these rock films or anything based on any kind of musical artists that they are well known for having a drug issue, and they want to make.
I'm mistaken. Judy Garland was more popping pills.
Oh, she was a pill popper, but still, how the MPAA does it, you can only do so much. Like, if it's a no, like, clearly they're admitting that that is a drug or something like that, it will make it an R. Oh, no. Here's the best one, and it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's Complicated, movie with Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin. It's not a good film. It's actually really boring. It's rated R, not because of language. I think they say fucking it maybe once, if that. It's rated R because they smoke pot at one point. Like, literally, it's like, who cares if they smoked pot during it?
Like, a lot of teenagers are going to be going to see that.
But yeah, so how the MPAA does it, and they're very arbitrary with their ratings, that means they probably either cut out or just kind of keep hinting around it. Like with fucking Bohemian Rhapsody. You never see, Mr. I have this thing in my mouth, I look really weird doing it. You never see him snort or shoot up like Freddie Mercury would be doing. Instead, he just kind of, oh, look, it's on the table. Somebody might be doing it. Or even see him with, like, cocaine on his nose or anything. Ugh. So, again, that might be at Hulu, Netflix weekend. But, hey, we'll see y'all next week with the end of it, hopefully. And I'm going to make a small request of everybody. Let this movie bomb. Because y'all made the first It, which was a arguably really, 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 really bad horror movie, popular, y'all are making everybody think that we need to have more Stephen King movies again. We don't. No. They're kind of stupid when you try to be realistic to them. Let them die. Let this movie bomb just as hard as humanly possible. It's okay. But hey, we'll see y'all with it. Chapter Fuck Me in the Butthole. I guess until then, we'll see y'all later. So, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye.